everybody.
Okay.
What's one trend that you want to see retire for 2026?
I really hate seeing like the breakup stuff on social media. I've done it.
You did it a lot. You did it a lot.
Before you guys get scammed like I did by this waste man overnight wannabe prophet.
And now that it's not me, it makes me sad because it's like these, regardless of what happens, we still gotta raise kids. There's still families. So I just feel like I hope that it changes so that we can keep our families together.
I gotta sit back and watch my kids literally suffer already as it is because you're their dad.
I'm dealing with someone whose anger management is just non-existent.
Drama, yeah. Baby mama drama, yeah.
What's up, guys? It's your girl Rivah, and I'm back again with another video. And I'm pretty sure you guys are surprised to see these two back on my screen, okay? You know that they had a very tumultuous relationship. If you're unsure who these people are, the woman is Mena, as well as the man is Safaree. Safaree is the ex of Nicki Minaj. Mena is a TV personality. She was a video model, all of the things. The both of them ended up getting into a relationship. They got married.
You have filled my life with so much joy, and you have given me a sense of peace I have never known. Although today marks the start of the rest of our lives, one lifetime with you can never be enough. Marry you with no hesitation or no doubt. I take you as you are.
And they had 2 kids in which they ended up breaking up, and it was super toxic. So toxic that literally at one point on the internet, it was like her constantly, throwing out information that nobody asked for, her constantly putting the world into their business, and him basically avoiding conversations and not saying anything.
Before you guys get scammed like I did by this waste man overnight wannabe prophet, I gotta sit back and watch my kids literally suffer already as it is because you're their dad.
Child support for December. I got it in March. This doesn't pay. I don't like he say he's paying.
Well, he paid late. He paid. I'm gonna give it to Safaree on this one.
Until he decided to change the deadbeat narrative that she painted against him and expose the toxicity that he had to deal with for the longevity of the relationship.
I'm dealing with someone whose anger management is just non-existent. I'm pretty sure that, there's some men out there who could relate to this. And when it comes to being a father in a co-parenting situation where somebody wants to have full control of every single thing and they can't have control, it's just not going to be a easy transition. The other person is just used to it being one way or very controlling or still wanting the whole family dynamic, and it's not there anymore.
Of course, there was a situation after that where she then responded back to him as well and tried to, defend herself and talk about, the space that she was in and how, it basically it was all him and that he was a narcissist and, it was his fault that she was fighting him and like all these things.
It hasn't been easy dealing with this for the amount of time I've been dealing with it. It's not easy dealing with a non-confrontational situation that starts a lot of confrontation because they know they can violate, disrespect, provoke just to get a reaction out of you. So it has been a lot. They play the mind games. They, take it there where they disrespect you, they violate you, they provoke you, cause you to, rage. And then when you finally react, it's hide hands, they're innocent. That's just kind of, how they want things to be perceived.
After that, I personally believed that because he exposed her to such a certain degree And she realized that a lot of people, her fans, women in general, were waking up to the fact that she indeed was actually the problem in the situation.
This woman texts a naked picture of me to my mother and my sister because she wanted to let them know that, oh, you and your son, I'm pretty sure your son's not telling you what's really going on between us and all of this other nonsense. Okay. Me and you are still, having a relation, and that's over with. Thank God that's over with. Like, I prayed about that, and there's absolutely nothing physical going on anymore. And you taking naked pictures and sending it to my mother and my sister to do what and prove what?
You're lucky I don't call the cops on you. You're dead to me. Yeah, you are. You're dead. You're gonna leave me more than I need you. No. Before I need you. Remember that. Slow, Linda. Yeah, go ahead, you too. Go ahead. Go ahead. Because your other two kids are going to be miserable just like you. Oh, go ahead. Jerk off. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. All because of you.
She ended up posting something basically trying to have like a ceasefire between the two of them, saying that she wants to, protect their family unit, their family structure because they have kids together. And I thought that the worst was over. Okay, I started to see that Safaree was posting, constantly having the kids with him, at his house and stuff like that, on a consistent basis, basically.
They don't love you like I love you. Wait, they don't love you like I love you. Happy birthday
to you. This comes after he basically spoke to, on an interview, and spoke to the fact that basically she would not allow him to see the kids.
It's horrible because even like, when my daughter calls me and I'm like, okay, cool, I do want to get y'all, I want to see y'all.
So when was the last time you saw the kids?
4 months ago.
That's a long time.
Yeah.
So doesn't that bother you?
Of course it bothers me. I have to be strong, number one. And number two, I know it's not going to be like this forever.
That he was unable to get them to be around him. And in the times that he would get to be around his kids, she would make it some kind of big scenario where she could just come and pick them up and take them away and stuff like that. And so he wanted to go through the court structure.
Until this thing is set up on paper and I know, okay, this is my time, because our court order had to be moved from Atlanta to here. Oh. So now it's like, okay, what is the new schedule and setup going to be? Because I'm not going to be doing that. Okay, I'm picking them up because you said it's okay to pick them up, and then you want me to drop them off whenever. Like,
so again, seeing, consistently the fact that the kids were, all fine and dandy, that they were, co-parenting effectively to a certain extent. Like I said, seeing the fact that the kids were always over at his house, it genuinely seemed like, things were getting better, which I thought was amazing, right? I'm like, what? As bad as things were, it's always, nobody wins when the family feuds. It's always an amazing thing when people can come together and have, this kind of peaceful situation. But one thing that I know for sure is once a vindictive reactionary woman steps out in a certain zone, you always got to watch them with one eye open. Okay, because it's only going to be as cool, calm, and collected until that man does something that woman does not like, and it's going to restart the clock all over again. And recently, she went to the BET Awards, and at the BET Awards, they asked, what are the things that you want to leave in, in the past? Like, what is a trend that you want to be, done with? And this was her response.
We're asking everybody.
Okay.
What's one trend that you want to see retire for 2026?
I really hate seeing like the breakup stuff on social media. I've done it.
You did it a lot. You did it a lot.
And now that it's not me, it makes me sad because it's like these, regardless of what happens, we still gotta raise kids. There's still family. So I just feel like I hope that it changes so that we can keep our families together.
So she said this, and she said that she was guilty of it. She did admit that she had fault in it, but she's like, she's grown, right? It was so much so that people were calling her out in the comment sections of that video. And she responded by saying, I clearly said I've done it, and now that it's been done doesn't mean I can't grow off my own accountability. if you're not seeing and doing things differently after your faults, then you're not growing. I completely agree with that. I agree with that ideology that yes, you can, create a new reality whenever you so choose. Once you decide to step away from toxic traits or negative things about you and you decide that you want to be a new person, I'm all for it. But ironically, okay, as I said before, once a vindictive woman, I don't want to say always, because again, people can change, but you got to believe what people do instead of just the things that people say, because sometimes people can just talk around in circles and it sounds good, but you have to look at the actions. Now, I was sent this post that she posted on her story on Instagram, and it was very interesting. So as you can see right here, she had posted this on her social media, and it was a video playing, and she wrote the caption stating, "This video explains a true narcissist like no other. I hope this finds a queen who needs this to move forward with the peace that you deserve." And so she then posted a screenshot of the video, and she put a quote on it that says, "The spirit and the reason why they're doing it can destroy your life. They really do anything to try to destroy you." So I'm going to go ahead and insert the video so you guys can see the video. And then I'm going to give you guys my opinion after that.
Rivah was once an angel, and sometimes the people closest to you will hurt you the most. Now, Safaree chased Erica for a very long time. This man wined and dined her, gave her the best of the best. I'm talking about jewelry, fancy trips, clothes, everything, glitz of the glam, even down to their wedding. It was beautiful and it was stunning. This man did not like her. He actually despised her. He hated her. And he hated the fact that she rejected him so many times. He hated the fact that he was infatuated with her and she wanted nothing to do with him. So he said to himself, I am going to give her the dream life. I am going to make her fall in love with me, and then I am going to leave her and destroy her. And that's exactly what he did.
Now this goes longer. I'm going to let the video continue, but I think it's so interesting that she's posting this video and you would genuinely believe that the person who he was in a relationship did not have any toxicity, did not have an attitude problem, was not disrespectful, did not emasculate a man. Like, you would think that this person is just a living, breathing, and walking victim who never did harm to anybody else. And this person just decided one day that the woman who he decided to marry and impregnate, that this was somebody who he genuinely did not like. You would really believe this. And again, just not to, break up the conversation, but let's go back to the video at the house and how she was acting. And then there was even a clip from Love and Hip Hop where he literally was talking to her about the problems that they had within their marriage and it being her attitude problem.
Do you not like being married?
Us talking one-on-one is a waste. You need to talk to somebody and you just need to figure it out.
Oh, what about you?
I'm fine.
At the end of the day, everybody has problems. Everybody has demons. It's just a matter if you're mature enough to face them.
Whether I have problems or not, I don't come out aggressive. You're aggressive, and I don't like the aggressive side of you.
So again, I'm not going to say that some people don't just get married for show. I'm not going to act like some people don't, involve themselves into situations just so that they're able to, hit a certain mark or whatever. But I got to be real with you. Okay, it is easier to believe that you are a victim in a situation when we do not see you inflicting any kind of trauma or pain onto somebody else. And it's not like this is the first person that we've seen you get into it with. You have a track record.
What you're not going to do is poke the beast out of hibernation.
Connor, I'm not one of them.
And this is what a lot of narcissists abuse.
Ladies and gentlemen, Narcissism Explained. This clip, I'm gonna pin it. This just broke it down in less than 60 seconds. This is what it looks like. That is why I talk a lot about discernment. Two people can do the same exact thing, but the spirit and the reason why they're doing it can destroy your life. He brought you flowers. He picked you up from work. He did all these things. But look, he did it with the intention. And you see that the strong man, listen to what she said. He resented her because she rejected him once upon a time.
This is the thing, right? I've always said, okay, always, that I do not characterize people by the status quo things, right? A woman walks up to me, oh my God, he's such a good man. He buys me flowers all the time. That don't mean nothing to me. Okay, that is a nice gesture, but usually that is a gesture to get something, right? You have some men who genuinely know that you like flowers and will buy you flowers. I look at the character of a person. Okay, so in this regard, with what this woman is saying, I completely understand the space that she's coming from, right? I don't look at somebody who showers somebody with gifts and think that they're a good man, and then look at another man who's completely present, emotionally available, loves his woman, and does not do those things and think that he's a bad man. I don't look at that. Okay, I genuinely look off of, like I said, what are your principles like? What kind of person are you? What are your standards? What is your character like? That's how I look at a person. So in that regard, I agree. But using this couple as the example, I think is foolishness. Because right after that, she also went into the comment section of the video and said this. Damn, if this isn't the whole truth, shake my head. Now, let me tell you the issue. The issue is that women will be in certain situations that might be true. But it's hard when, again, women are victimized in certain situations, because if you ask any woman, okay, about why their last or past relationships ended, majority of the time, that woman is going to tell you why she was a victim in that situation, and she is never going to expose her wrongdoings. If she exposes any of her wrongdoings, she is going to blame it on the person as to why she did that. So it's very hard when women are using these scenarios to explain certain situations, that when you go into in-depth scenarios, you realize, hold on a second. A lot of times who the person is painting to be the narcissist, it's actually the other person.
A lot of people talk about narcissistic men all the time. Well, let's talk about narcissistic women. These are the signs that a woman is a narcissist. Number one, she plays the victim. Always make herself seem like she's the innocent one, or people picking with me, people doing things to me, but it's never she doing anything to anyone. She will twist stories to make other people look like the villain. Will cry or act distressed to gain sympathy, even if she caused the problem. Use past trauma as excuse for toxic behavior.
Like, a lot of times when these women talk about, oh yeah, the man I was with, he was a narcissist. When you look at all the narcissist traits, who really lines up with that definition is that the woman. A lot of times, right? Narcissists are ones who cannot accept blame. Narcissists are the ones who are in situations and run to the public and try to pretend that they're the victim in this situation to get everybody on their side.
And, you know, it hasn't been easy dealing with this for the amount of time I've been dealing with it.
Most of the times that you see people do that, I'm just going to use this situation for example. I'm not calling her things and I'm not diagnosing her with things, but I'm saying when you look at those traits, the person who ran to the media to get everybody on her side was Erica. The person who tried to defame and diminish his character was Erica. He stayed silent the whole time. When he finally decided to clear his name, she went on a whole nother interview campaign. I think she was on the interview talking about that man for like 4 hours, after she had already done it for so many years. So it's quite interesting. And it's such a sad situation because most of the times in these situations, the women only act right or act cool or act good if they're getting what they want out of the situation. And the minute that they are no longer getting what they want out of the situation, or you are no longer bowing down to them and bending down to them and trying to, do whatever it is that they want you to do, here comes the dragon again.
Somebody wants to have full control of every single thing and they can't have control. It's just not going to be a easy transition.
And that's exactly what we're seeing. And what's so sad is that these, their babies, which are so cute, okay, but they're so young. And so to me, it just seems like this is going to continuously be a tumultuous situation back and forth. I can't say back and forth because I don't see him, you know, igniting anything on the internet, but she is always going to try to publicly defame him. She's always going to bring light to the situation, and any chance that she gets to try to you know, diminish his character or make people look at him in a negative way, I think she's gonna do it. That's what I think. Okay, I'd like to know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. I know that I talked about us having a live stream where we are going to talk about a lot of men in their bitter baby mama situations, and we are absolutely going to do it. I am soon going to have a date. I'll post it on my community page so that we can all gather and share and talk about these crazy situations, because I want to give men the space to be able to speak freely of their side of the situation so that viewers alike, men and women, can see the other side of the coin and what these men have to endure and experience. Make sure you guys hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in the next one. Love you.
Drama, drama. Yeah, baby mama drama, drama.